Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to answer a question that a lot of people have asked me. Why did the narcissist move on to the new supply? When you were doing everything for that narcissist, you were there for that narcissist, you were loyal to that narcissist, you showed that narcissist plenty of love, and you feel like, why would they even want to move on to somebody else when you've practically given them everything that they wanted? Well, I'm going to go into 10 reasons why a narcissist chooses the new supply, okay? Number one reason, and this is something that nobody could do anything about, is that the new supply is new, okay? Narcissists love new. They love exciting. They love, being, they love that the new supply is thinking that they're wonderful. The new supply is idolizing the narcissist because the narcissist is killing the new supply with love bombing and flattery. And the narcissist is eating that all up, okay? Because in the very beginning, the new supply is going to look at the narcissist as something super terrific, super wonderful, and the narcissist loves it. They love that attention. But the narcissist also always wants something new. Okay? Narcissists need that kind of rush. They need that dopamine rush of having something new, something exciting. The other thing, too, is when a narcissist starts with somebody, they always put them up on like a pedestal in the very beginning, thinking that that person is going to fulfill whatever need that narcissist wants. All right? They feel they also fantasize. Narcissists also fantasize. And when they first, start with somebody, they're looking at that person as they are greater than they actually are, okay? Because the narcissist wants to feel like they're getting with something that is, great. It makes them feel good. So a narcissist chooses the new supply because, number one, they're new. And everything that's new is always exciting. It's like the new toy, all right? The new toy is always exciting till a couple of weeks, a couple of months go by, and then it's not exciting anymore. Then, like a kid with a new toy, they don't want to play with it anymore. They just throw it in the box and they play with it when they feel like playing it with it. So they chose the new supply because they're new and anything new is exciting. The other reason they chose the new supply is you were starting to see through the narcissist. And narcissists hate that. They hate when you start to see things in them that aren't lining up, okay? In the beginning, the narcissist love bombed you and, you were enamored of the narcissist. You thought they were terrific. And then what happens is, as the relationship goes on, you start to question the narcissist. Narcissists do not want to be questioned. Maybe they ghosted you. Maybe they didn't call you back right away. Maybe they're not showing you as much attention. And what do? You say something to the narcissist like, well, it seems like you don't want intimacy. Why are you so cold? Why are you distant? Why don't you want to see me? See, narcissists don't want to hear this. All right? They really don't want to hear this. So, or you may question them about taking accountability. They don't want to take accountability. When a narcissist has to take accountability, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're usually going to just run, okay? They'll run and get away from you because they don't want to be accountable for anything. So you were starting to see through the narcissist, and now they panicked, all right? So now they have to go with somebody who doesn't see them for who they really are. Another reason that the narcissist chose the new supply is they could have been younger. Narcissists love younger supply. Narcissists, this happens all the time. They'll be married to somebody a long time, and then all of a sudden, they discard that person and they go with somebody much younger, all right? Why? Because they could have been going through a midlife crisis. When they go with somebody younger, a lot of times they feel they can manipulate somebody younger. It makes the narcissist feel younger to go with somebody younger. All right. Narcissists also like, people that are very good looking, people that make them look good. So the narcissist may have left for a new supply who's younger because that younger supply makes them feel like they're great. Oh, I'm great because I got a younger supply. All right, because narcissists hate to be looked at as old. So they feel if they're with younger supply, it makes them look younger. And people also think that, they must be terrific if they can get a younger supply. And they also like what looks better. And sometimes a younger supply could look better because they're younger. All right. Next reason why a narcissist chose the new supply, they may have had more money. All right. Narcissists, they love money. So a lot of times, you could have been a placeholder for the narcissist. May have been with you and you thought you were in a loving relationship. And here comes along somebody, maybe it's somebody they work with that makes a lot of money. Or maybe it's just somebody they came in contact with. Or maybe it was somebody when they were out creeping along on dating apps or inbox, came across somebody that they thought had a lot of money and could do something for them. So the narcissist chose the supply that could do something for them, the supply with money. Maybe the new supply owns a house and they want to move into somebody's house and they don't want to have to pay their own bills or something like that. So they rather have somebody do for them. Maybe they went with somebody for money because they thought that person could set them up in a business or give them money or buy them things. So that's another reason why the narcissist chose the new supply, because narcissists always want to be around money, all right? They've got to be, especially, female covert narcissists, they love money. It's all about money, all right? So, and a lot of times younger narcissists will choose an older supply just for their money. Next reason why the narcissist chose the new supply, well, a lot of times the new supply could be their exes, and they haven't fully broken up with their ex. There's still a bond. There's still a tie. They may even have kids with their exes. So there's still that connection there. So a lot of times narcissists can feel comfortable with the new supply who's an ex because they know them already. They know how to manipulate them. And their exes take them back because their exes may be insecure. They may be trauma bonded to the narcissist. They may think that the narcissist is going to change. So the narcissist is never fully done with their exes, and they go out, they start new relationships with other people. The people they start relationships with don't realize that they're still talking or seeing their exes because the narcissist doesn't tell you that. If anything, they just badmouth their ex. And then what they do is they discard that new supply and they bounce back to their exes because a lot of times they want to keep their ex. And so they have to see their ex from time to time. So they bounce back and forth. So, they want what's comfortable. So a lot of times they could bounce back to their exes because it's comfortable. They know they can manipulate them. They may have children there. There may be a tie when it comes to kids that keeps the narcissist around. And another reason why a narcissist may choose a new supply is that the new supply gives them a lot more attention than you do. Maybe because you realized that, the narcissist was playing games with you. So you figured, you know what? I'm going to play their game. I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to dismiss them. See, that's what happens too. A lot of people ask, what happens when you ignore the narcissist or you dismiss the narcissist? Will they suffer? Okay. People want to know, will the narcissist suffer when you ignore them? Not if they have another supply that's giving them attention. So as long as they're getting that need met, they're getting attention from another supply, they're not going to care so much if you're ignoring them. They'll only care if they don't have somebody else really around, okay? Or they need something out of you. So they may have chose that new supply because that new supply was giving them a lot of attention. A new supply could be cooking them dinner, doing their laundry, giving them money, doing everything for them. And the narcissist just eats it up. The narcissist is going to go where they get the most supply with the least resistance. All right. So even though you may be a good supply, they may go with the other person because the other person is doing more for them. Okay. And giving them more attention too. The other thing is, besides the fact that the new supply is easier to deal with, the new supply may not question the narcissist the way you're questioning the narcissist, all right? And again, what did I say from the beginning? Narcissists don't want to be questioned. Let's say the narcissist started liking people's pictures on Instagram and you said something about that. That's going to spook the narcissist like you're watching, or they added people to their social media and you say, why did you add this person? Why'd you add that girl? Or why'd you add that guy? Who are these people? The minute you start interrogating the narcissist, they absolutely positively panic. And now they know that you're going to be hard to pull the wool over your eyes. So the narcissist may say, uh-oh, now they're watching me. Now I can't do what I want. Now I feel stifled. Now I don't have my freedom. I'm being smothered. I'm being questioned about what I'm doing. And the narcissist hates that. Not that you're doing anything wrong, mind you, because you're in a committed relationship and that narcissist should be respecting you. But see, narcissists don't care about respecting you. They want you and they want their freedom, okay? And the minute that you question them about them doing something that, let's say, a single person would do, they don't like it. So they're going to automatically back away from you because they don't, number one, they don't want to be caught in a lie. They don't want to, they're tired of having to gaslight you and everything like that. And it gets to a point where they're like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm just going to back off from you and I'm going to move on to another supply. All right. But that is like boundaries. Okay. That's you putting up a boundary and calling them out on it. And when they run from you and they come back and they say, listen, I need to back off from the relationship, or listen, I don't know what I want or something. You understand this, that narcissist just did you a favor because they can't handle your boundaries. They know you're somebody that they can't play with. And so now they're backing off. That's the real reason. But what they do is they gaslight you with these other reasons and say, I just need time for myself, or we need to take a break, or you need to work on yourself. These are all excuses that narcissists use to back off from you. But a lot of times they back off from you because they see that they can't play with you. They see that you're watching them and they realize that they can't, it's just a matter of time before they're going to get caught. So, they're going to back off from you because they want their space. They want their freedom. They don't want to be questioned on things. And that boundary that you put up is actually saving you because it's showing you who that narcissist really is. They're running when you're putting that boundary up, all right? So it's better that they run now than waste your years of your life by you not saying anything, all right? You have to know who the fuck you are, okay? Not today, Satan. And you have to know what you will accept and what you won't accept. And if that narcissist doesn't like you questioning them about liking pictures on Instagram or adding random strangers of, the same sex or opposite sex, whatever, they don't like you questioning, well, then you know what? They shouldn't be in a fucking relationship, okay? Then don't waste people's time and say that you're all in, you love this person unconditionally, and meanwhile, you're sitting there flirting on social media, all right? So, that boundary is what saved you and made the narcissist run to somebody else. Good riddance. Let them go play their games with somebody else. Not today, Satan, all right? So another reason why they'll choose the new supply is because they know that they can't play with you and that it's just a matter of time when they disappear on you that you're going to be fighting with them, you're going to be arguing with them, and a real cowardly narcissist just runs. This is what they do. They run, all right? So what's another reason why narcissists choose the new supply? Like I said, the new supply can do something for them that maybe you can't. Maybe you live with your parents and the new supply has a house and they want to move into a house. Maybe the new supply lives in a city and they want to move to that city, okay? This is why, too, the green card. Ooh, I want to bring this up. The green card narcissist. This is the overseas narcissist. They may be married, have children, have a whole other life, and they get involved with you. And what happens is they love bomb you. They make you think that you are the greatest thing. Nobody love bombs better than an overseas narcissist who wants to move to your country and reap the benefits of your country. So they are the biggest cons going. But what you have to understand is what they do a lot of times is they will leave the supply they have. They could be married with kids in their country. They will leave that to go to another country, get with you, get the green card, and then dump you and bring their wife and kids to this country after they've dumped you. The classic. Do not get involved with overseas people if you could avoid it, unless you've known them before, you went long distance, because 99% of the time that overseas person is a narcissist. Of course, they're going to be nice. They want the benefits that your country or your place offers, okay? Look at where they're coming from and look at where you're living, all right? You're a come up. And a lot of times people don't realize what they have. They really don't realize what they have until they've lived like in a third world country. And, the little things that you may take for granted to a narcissist who's in a third world country, they'll do anything for that. That's why they'll say they want to marry you within 2 weeks, all right? But people don't realize this. They don't realize how desperate these people are, okay, to get over here. You see that on that show, 90 Day Fiancé. I would say 90% of those people are just getting used to come over to this country and to reap the benefits of what's over here in the U.S., okay? So that's what happens, you guys. So don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. All right, next, moving along. The other thing too is you should try when you're dating and stuff, you should try to meet somebody who lives within an hour of you. And there's many reasons for that. If you go and listen to my older podcasts on dating relationship, I will explain all of that. All right. Next, reason why the narcissist chooses the new supply. Well, this is a big one. The narcissist, after the love bombing stage, then comes the devaluation stage. This is when the narcissist knows they have you, and now they start seeing things in you they don't like. Maybe they don't like the clothes you wear. Maybe they don't like the way you clean your house. Maybe they don't like the way you parent your children. This is where all the criticisms start, the judgment starts. They start telling you what to do. They start putting you down. So they start to see flaws in you. So now, all of a sudden, you're no longer idolized by the narcissist. Now, all of a sudden, the narcissist looks at you and grows a hatred for you. And why is that? Because narcissists have black and white thinking. In other words, you're all bad or you're all good. So if a narcissist sees something in you that they don't like, maybe they realize you're a few pounds overweight, or you're too skinny, or they think your clothes are cheap. It could be anything because they're just critical and they'll always find something they don't like. They're always looking for a hair in an egg. All of a sudden, everything about you they will hate, okay? And they will hate you because of that one thing that you may do. So again, they have black and white thinking. You're either all good or all bad, okay? And this may be a reason why the narcissist now they don't want you, okay? Because they saw something in you they don't like, and now you're all bad, all right? So what they're going to do is they're going to go with somebody else who they, again, fantasize in their head in the beginning and think that they're all terrific, and they move on, okay? It's like this, you guys. People always think when you're dating, right? When you're dating someone, they're always more terrific than when you live with them, right? Because when you live with somebody, you see everything. You see when they're disheveled, you see when they're tired, you see when they're not made up, when they don't have makeup, when their hair is messy, you see, when they're tired. You don't see them at their best. When you date somebody, you see them at their best. But when you're living with somebody, you don't see somebody at their best. So it's kind of like the same thing. The narcissist at that point has seen you now, all right? And they've seen you when you're not at your best. And now they hate that. Okay, because you're no longer the Barbie doll anymore. Okay, if it's a female or if it's a male, you're no longer that great guy anymore, right? So because now they're starting to see, that you have flaws. Well, guess what? Everybody has flaws, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having flaws. But to a narcissist, they don't want somebody who has flaws, okay? They don't want somebody who maybe goes to bed at 9 o'clock at night and doesn't stay up all hours of the night like they do, like Dracula, who's on their phones, creeping and talking to other supply. Or maybe you're not fun because you like to stay home all the time, all right? That could be considered a flaw too. They want somebody who they could party with or somebody who they could have sex with and twist in every direction, or, somebody wild and crazy. Oh, that looks terrific. Somebody wild and crazy. The other supply looks like a lot of more fun, right? Until they live with them, okay? And then they see things they don't like. So again, what do I always say? Everybody's great in the beginning till you get to know the person. But see, when a narcissist gets to know somebody, then they grow to hate that person. And there's nothing you could do about that, okay? Because you're dealing with a critical, judgmental narcissist who will see things they don't like no matter what, because they don't accept you for who you are, okay? They don't understand you're a human being just like everybody else. So instead, what they're going to do is throw you to the river and go with a new supply who they have in their mind as, ooh, look how good they look. Ooh, look how wonderful they are. Well, guess what? They're not with the supply night and day, the new supply, night and day, night and day, night and day. Soon as they discard you and now they're with the new supply, night and day, night and day, night and day, they're going to be like, they're going to get sick of them, all right? The way they got sick of you, they're going to get sick of them, because narcissists just get sick of everybody and they always want the next best thing. The grass is always greener. 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 And this is what they do. They jump from one to the next, they monkey branch to next. The minute that they start to see something they don't like, now you're all bad, that black and white thinking. Now they move to the next. They move to the next. It goes okay for a little while. Now they start to see things they don't like. Boom, now black and white thinking. They're no good. Throw them to the side. Move on to the next, okay? This is the cycle of the narcissist. Move on to the next. Ooh, you did something I don't like. Ooh, you left a sock on the floor. Ooh, you're a slob. You're this. All of a sudden you're a slob because you left a sock on the floor or something like that. Now they have no use for you. And on top of that, they got bored with you. So why does the narcissist choose the new supply? They want things exciting. They got bored with you. You started to question them. The new supply could do something for them. The new supply may be younger. The new supply may be older with money. The new supply gives them more attention. The new supply they fantasized about in the beginning till they got to know them, all right? They were never fully broken up with their exes. So the new supply is actually their exes. Like I said before, the new supply can do something for them, maybe set them up in a business. They start to see flaws in you. So this is what it is. So, in any event, good riddance. Not today, Satan. Get out of my life. Nobody wants somebody who's not a ride or die. And that's what it comes down to. Nobody wants somebody who's going to run the minute that they see that you're a human being and you're not, you're not an Instagram model, or you don't have, $1 million in the bank, and they think that the next person's got more money than you. Then get out of here. Nobody wants you, because the point is, when your times are low, you could lose your money, you could get sick. That narcissist will never have your back. So it's better they go then than to waste your fucking time, waste your life, all right? You want somebody who's got your back. You don't want somebody who's going to always look for the next best thing. So I hope that helps you guys. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. I'm on my preach, okay? If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I have limited time, you guys, because I'm working on another project, and it's just been, oh my God, it's been so busy this whole spring. Oh, you guys should only know, okay, all that we're going through over here. Also, check out my YouTube at the Game Exposed podcast. I lay it all down on YouTube, over 6,000 videos. Just do a search on my channel, and I pretty much cover whatever you're looking for on narcissism. I try to put everything on there to try to explain to you guys so you understand and you could see through these narcissists. So just go to the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube, do a search for whatever you're looking for. Covert narcissists, I do a lot on covert narcissists, malignant narcissists, discard, triangulation, their manipulation tactics, how they gaslight. All of this is on my channel. Also, I'm back on Facebook, so go check me out on Facebook at the Game EXP 123. So I'm back and thriving and doing my thing on Facebook and putting out all that information for you on Facebook at the Game EXP 123. TikTok is the Game Exposed, and Instagram is the Game EXP 123. And have a great day, you guys.